We have a visiting delegation from the Liberia Medical Mission. Of course, it's a group, it's a conglomeration of individuals from across the world. That's the Liberia Medical Mission. They are in the country to provide free medical services and mental health training. Mr. Joseph Sako is the Executive Director of the Liberia Medical Mission. Mr. Sako would like to welcome you and your delegation to the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. We also have here a group that has been on the spotlight for the last couple of days, and that is the merged Federation of Motorcycles and Tricycle Unions of Liberia. The president is no other but John A.F. Kenyon. He's accompanied by his able vice president, Mr. Stephen W. Weah Sr., Vice President for Operations. They are here to clear the air on some of the speculations have permeated the public space involving their federation. Mr. President, we are happy to have you. Welcome to the Ministry of Information. We also have the beautiful ladies you see here represent points from various universities. The group that is organizing Miss University Liberia Beauty Pageant is here. This is our third appearance here. So today they have come to do something very important. I wouldn't want to let the cat out of the bag, but when the time comes and the leadership of the beauty pageant group mounts the podium, they will tell you the specific reasons why they are here. For all overall, it's good that we all have gathered here again to communicate with the public as we endeavor to execute the functions and mandate of the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. So, Minister Jeremy Matthew Pia will make some very important comments on behalf of the government of Liberia. Following the presentation by Mr. Pia, we'll listen to the Federation of Motorcycle and Tricycle Union. The President will speak. The Liberia, so we'll take the Liberia Medical Mission first. They will speak to tell you the reason why they are in the country. I initially said they are here to provide free medical services and mental health training. Beyond those two reasons, there are other reasons why they are here. They are engaged with some other activities across the country. They will further provide you the details on their mission to Liberia. Then we'll listen to the president of the Merged Motorcycle and Tricycle Unions of Liberia. And then we will listen to the Miss University Beauty Pageant. Then we'll provide you, our valuable members of the Hope Estate, the opportunity to speak, to put your question to them, and they will provide answers. So it's good that we are all here. Let me encourage all of you to please turn your gadget on silent to avoid distraction. As I now invite to the podium Minister Jeremy Matthew Pia, the official spokesperson of the government of Liberia.
So good afternoon. We are here in the Charles William Hall for the regular MICAT press briefing. I'm sure there are other talking points that Daniel will have to deal with, but I just wanted to deal with three situations, and I will leave them and attend to other things. First, I know the entire country is concerned about what we witnessed yesterday between the armed forces of Liberia, some elements of the armed forces of Liberia, and also some elements of the Liberian National Police. The government, in fact, believes that what unfolded yesterday represents a complete embarrassment, not just to the security sector, but to our country. I always love to tell this story because some of the actors who are involved in these things may not have been here to see the years of war. Liberia was progressive. People came here to seek refuge. This was a land of sanctuary. But then everything went down the drain when we went to war. There are many accounts of what took place during the war. But one thing that is known to all of us is that people died. And one popular account is that more than 250,000 persons died as a result of our war. Already backward in terms of infrastructure development, we destroyed the little we had. Everything in this country retrogressed. We're putting the puzzles back together. Again, trying to make our country to be what it's supposed to be. There's a major challenge with rebranding our country. Because if you are checking on the internet, one of the first things you see about our country, just the account of the war. It appears that as we try to rebrand and try to put the vestiges of the past behind us, there are still some elements who want to remind people within the country and out of the country about our ugly past. The government, in no small way, condemned what took place yesterday. It should not happen, even though it happened, but the government does not take kindly to that. And we want to assure our citizens that we will do everything within our reach, within our powers, to ensure that there is no reoccurrence of what we saw yesterday. The joint security of the country has been meeting since yesterday, and they've taken some decisions. One, the joint security has with immediate effect instructed the Joint Security Board of Investigation to investigate the incident of yesterday between elements of the AFL, which is the Armed Forces of Liberia, and the Liberia National Police. The Inspector General of Police and the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of Liberia are both on their way to visit victims of yesterday's incident at the JFK. The body, which is the Joint Security, has agreed to also initiate reconciliation between the two forces, the Armed Forces of Liberia and the Liberia National Police. The Joint Security strongly condemned the situation and called on the public to remain calm as we investigate the matter to its logical conclusion. And that anyone, and I want to repeat, anyone found culpable be dealt with decisively in accordance with the law. We are determined not to ever again see what happened yesterday in the full view of ordinary citizens who are going about their normal businesses. For years, we've invested in the security sector. We've had security sector reform. Our friends from the United States and other countries, including the African continent, have invested so much in making our security sector to be what it's supposed to be. In fact, the AFL, Armed Forces of Liberia, is popularly referred to as the force for good. But what took place yesterday is unrepresentative of anything that should be called a force for good. And that's the reason why the investigation will be very comprehensive and meticulous, because it is about time that those who do not belong in the ranks and files of our security forces are weeded out. So trust when we say the government will act decisively following those investigations, we will do just that. The second issue I want to talk about is an effort to make our people feel left again. There are people in some parts of even Montserrat, that is the first county, still drinking from creeks in contaminated wells. The government is aware, and the government through the LWSC, that's the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, is taking steps to address these situations. But like I've always said, there are people who don't wish to see anything good happen in the country, except they are in power. So even the interventions that will change the condition of our people are condemned and made to look like something stupid. We've seen all of the running around on social media, describing the intervention in Bokolo City as a cosmetic intervention. Some referring to the project as just the digging of well. In fact, there are others who want to just make everything that we do as a country to look corrupt. With some with absolutely no technical background in the area, making cost analysis and outrightly condemning the initiative. But this is what I have come to say to you on behalf of the government. What you saw being dedicated in Bokolo City is a system that can make a person who already got the infrastructure developing their homes to open their showers and take a bath once they are connected to the main water line. That project can run water through homes, through hospitals, through schools, and be talking wet-borne water. It is not a handpump. Sometimes when you don't have information, ask questions. When you build those kinds of infrastructure, the president doesn't go and jump on a whole building and say he dedicated. The faucet you saw him cutting the ribbon on is just symbolic, because part of the process is, because of the lack of those infrastructures, not everybody will have water running in their homes immediately. Not everybody will have their home being connected. So for those kinds of people, they can benefit from the faucet. The population of Bokolo City is huge. That structure, that system is capable of ensuring that water will run through their homes. And I know there are other counties that are saying we should be the next. But the naysayers don't do that anymore. Let the people continue to drink from wells, from creeks, and from contaminated sources of water. We want to assure you, the MD was here, the next target, southeastern counties, Granville, Sino, and Maryland, that entire belt will be covered. When President Bouaka is leaving office as President of the Republic of Liberia, our people in the rural counties will have access to safe drinking water. Those who don't like it What do I say? Did he hug the transformer or something? Whatever happened? You cannot be so worried, so angry about everything possibly taking place in the country. And what is even more painful is that those who led the country in the last 6 years that took it backward are the very ones who will come first to criticize. You building roads that they did not build. Even though they have leaders who are referred to as barroom medicine and all kinds of medicine, the road is non-existent. Instead of the government focusing on building new roads, we have to be trying to fix the mess they left behind. If you cannot contribute to the transformation of the country, don't take us backward. You have no moral standing, having failed the people over the last 6 years, to lecture us about how to enhance development. Just sit back, watch, and see our country being transformed. Your condemnation of the project will have no impact on our desire to keep making interventions that will improve the living standards of the Liberian people. The third issue I will talk about, yesterday as a ministry, we launched our 5th National Action Plan for the Open Government Partnership. Now, is that something that you can just jump into? There are set criteria, benchmarks that a country must meet, all hinged on transparency and accountability. That is the reason why not all countries on earth are members of the OGP, because they have not met the requirement. People make love for the full service that the country is corrupt. Everything you do is corrupt. But if you watch the international actors who are monitoring what people do to be seen as transparent, they are elevating your country. Didn't you see Transparency International Corruption Perception Index recently? The country didn't move backward. It didn't remain at the same place. It moved up 2 steps. It may not be enough, but that too is progress. So the OGP is a governance and transparency mechanism where countries that are clearly making progress on these fronts are enlisted. Africa has 54 countries. Only 16 of the countries have met the benchmarks. Liberia is one of them. It is something we should celebrate. But for those who think we should remain backward and not making progress, don't celebrate it. Why do they do so? It will hamper their chances of being elected. If you put your desire to be elected over those things that reflect positively on the country and that will impact the lives of our people, then you don't deserve to be a leader in the first place. So as a country, we are proud that we are part of the OGP. 2023, we should have submitted our National Action Plan. The country defaulted. An OGP delegation walked here to me and informed me that the country was on the verge of being delisted, kicked out of that institution. By the launch of the national plan yesterday, the country is now considered to be in good standing. And as a government, we are very proud of that. Very, very proud of that. Globally, if you even look at the statistics, only 77 countries in the world are members of the OGP. More than 77 countries interested in being there. They can't because they've not met the benchmark. So you see, the progress is visible. You just watch and see. Don't be too hasty to judge a government as having failed when the government has 6 years. When we speak about failure of past administration, that is because they ended the period of the mandate that was given to them. So we can authoritatively say you succeeded or you failed. You cannot do that in this case because we still have 5 more years to go. And after those 5 years, let me borrow from Eugene Fagon, Liberia will not be the same. Thank you.
You can rest assured that after the term of President Joseph Dima Boyka, Liberia will not be the same. Just to wrap up on the talking points from the government, the president was in South Korea a couple of months ago, and while the president was in Korea, there was a conversation initiated on attracting private sector investment to Liberia. Yesterday, a big group from South Korea, they are in the country, part of their own assessment on, they pay a courtesy visit on the Ministry of Information, and they interacted with the Ministry of Information team. We discussed basically around recreation, because they said the president was interested in recreation activities to boom the tourism industry of the country. So yes, we came to the Ministry of Information, and then we had a conversation about the inclusion of the National Cultural Village. So this tells you the extent to which the government is creating the enabling environment to ensure that Liberia can be the destination where people around the world who have business initiative and investment can come and make that investment. That is why we have consistently said that as a country we cannot send the wrong signal out there. No investor will want to put their money in a country that appears to be violent, that appears to be lawless, and that appears to be disorganized. We, wanting the opportunity for international attention, must proceed as a country in a way that will warrant what we need. We need investment. People come to bring their businesses, whether it's a concession or private sector, initiative. It's all aimed at creating jobs for our country, particularly the youthful population. And so this morning, the big group is also at the Freeport of Monrovia. Yesterday they were here at the Ministry of Information, and we discussed the possibility around developing the land that was designated for the National Cultural Center in Marshall on the Robert Street Highway. The discussions were very fruitful. We exchanged notes, and we are hopeful that in due course we can move beyond the period of discussion and begin implementation and realization of all these good ideas that will put our country on the pathway to progress. Still with investment news, the National Investment Commission on yesterday signed an agreement with NSOF. NSOF is a revenue mobilization service provider. That service will equip the Liberia Revenue Authority with real-time visibility into the operations of the telecommunication, mobile money, and gaming sector. But that initiative, the LRA will be more efficient and accurate in revenue collection. This is certain to increase government revenue collection in the areas outlined. There is a step forward in enhancing the country's revenue generation capacity, strengthening the economic environment in Liberia. We will now stop here and take the Liberia Medical Mission. Mr. Joseph Saka, he will speak, and then he will be followed by the Embarks Federation of Motorcycle and Tricycle Unions of Liberia, and then the beautiful ladies will speak to us, then we'll take the questions and provide answers. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Joe Sacco. I'm the Executive Director of the Liberia Medical Mission, this in Liberia. First of all, let me just quickly introduce my the team. On the right is Dr. William Simmons Sutton. She is the lead person for mental health. And next to her is Professor Wally Samuel. I usually refer to him as a global citizen. He travels all around the world, kind of training people on mental wellness. And of course, our local representative, versus who's in charge of our local operations, Mrs. Tara McIntosh, and accompanied by our own PR relation officer, Lucia Law, who is also a veteran broadcaster. The Liberia Medical Mission has been in the country now for nearly a week. We arrived in the country on the 21st of February, primarily to give back to Liberia. Many of us are Liberians, and we also have a lot of non-Liberians. The purpose of the creation of Liberia Medical Mission is to come every other year to complement the efforts of the government. I want to take this time to register our profound gratitude to the government of Liberia. The President, His Excellency, Mr. Wakai, for the reception given to the team of volunteers around the world. We brought in 24 professionals in different areas, from mental health to eye care and general medicine, including CPR training and also biomedical engineer who is doing his rounds around the country. He was in Bomi, went to Bopolu, went to Cape Town, and now doing rounds at JFK, Benson, and other places. We are pleased to let you know this afternoon that through the intervention of the Liberia Medical Mission and biomedical engineering team, the anesthetic machine that has been down for so many months at Benson Hospital has been restored and now can save lives. We just work on that free of charge to the government. So that will continue to work as of now, thanks to the Liberia Medical Mission. Our eye team that we brought is in Bopolu. We plan on giving a sight to 100 Liberians, blind people. They can be utilized for the bilaterally blind, as long as they have cataract. That will be of no cost to Liberians in those areas. We're bringing patients from Monrovia, Cape Town, Bomi, Bopolu, and other areas. So that will be free of charge. The other intervention is we have a team of surgical doctors that we strategically place those surgeons. They're currently doing hernia cases in Bomi at Tottenham Hospital, and from there they'll be heading to Cape Town County. Our outpatient team is currently in Monserrado, doing the rounds around Monrovia, seeing hypertensive and diabetic cases. Right now they're in local town, seeing hundreds and hundreds of patients, and giving them the medication free of charge. And of course, for mental health training, I do an ambassador for two days. I will give them the opportunity at least to just speak briefly. And in return, I train a lot of individuals in Bass as well. The CPR trainers are right now at the Kelly Hospital, providing CPR training to nurses and doctors, and they will be certified. All in all, the Liberia Medical Mission has come to tell the government and to tell the people of that area that we are here to help. We have been doing this for the past 10 years, and I will continue to do so. So, again, local sponsors, Aminata & Son, the National Port Authority, the APM Terminal, and all the host of individuals that have come in to support this mission. We cannot name them all, okay? Sister Elizabeth Armstrong from Atlanta, negotiator from Cape Town, and a host of other areas that have been very helpful. We're thankful to the Ministry of Information for giving us this platform to let the Liberian people know who we are. It's also important to know that this mission, the Liberia Medical Mission, is self-funded. That means everything that we do comes from our own pocket. We have not been funded by the federal government in the United States, nor the Liberian government. So I just want to make that clear, okay? So we want you to be part of it. This is a Liberian, formed organization to help our own Liberians. And the good thing about Liberia Medical Mission, what makes us even more unique than all other organizations, medical organizations, is that we are Liberians. There are no cultural and linguistic barriers. So our Liberians see us as their children, as their nephews, as their brothers, so they confide in us their issues, their medical issues. So they feel good seeing the children coming back to talk to them and also treat them. So they have no hesitation in telling us the condition, the underlying medical condition that they have. So I want to stop here so far and let my local representative just for 1 minute come and just tell you Mrs. McIntosh, Alisa for 1 minute, and from there, they will also come and talk to you there. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my dear friends. I won't say ladies and gentlemen. I will say my dear friends. The Liberian Medical Mission, I am the local representative of the Liberian Medical Mission. Mrs. Clara Dangidan McIntosh. Somebody will ask, so what do you do? I tell you what I do. Before the team gets here, it's my responsibility to go around, visit the counties, the hospitals, and the clinics that they will be working in, and I will sit there and make the decision on the clinic and hospitals if they are volunteers. Most of the time, I prefer to go. Okay. You see, I'm trying to hide. The message no account up with the somebody can look at my food. Who want to look at my old lady? But all right, don't worry about that one. We're all right. So what I would do, I would go around and make sure that we go to these hospitals. But I prefer for us to go to the clinics and hospitals that will treat our people who cannot afford to go to Catholic Hospital, to go to Jemari, or to go anywhere where they will pay. Because these guys that are coming, we have doctors, we have nurses, anesthesiologists, all of them, they are coming free of charge. Almost all of them from Pennsylvania, from all over the world, they are here. I'll give you an example. You see, Mr. Wallace sitting down here, he came all the way from a different country. He will tell you where he comes from to get here. We got doctors from Japan. We got doctors from Nigeria. Doctors from Australia, England. Nobody paid their way to come here. They pay their own way to come here. Nobody forced them to come here. They come here because they want to come here. Dr. Simmons, when they left for practice, she's here. Why? Because she wants to help our community. And this is the reason why I will make sure the doctors and nurses go to the clinic that our people can afford by not paying anything. The next thing I will do here is also make sure that we fix some of the instruments that are not working here. And there are a lot of them that are here in the hospitals that are not working. That's the past. The future. Right now, we have decided, the team have decided that we want to build our own clinic here, excuse me. So when they come, they won't have to be looking for a hotel or where to stay. But they pay the way to come. All they ask us to do is to give them somewhere to stay, something to eat, and transportation. That's all we the Liberians here have to do. I mean, knowing our economy at this time of the year, we know a little bit harder to do that. So if we get together, and I'm asking all of you here because I'm going to bring my basket around. Oh yeah, to collect from everybody so we can build this little place. So when they come We don't have to be stressed out. They come and live there, and we go there for free. During the year, we go there, they'll go around, checking your pressure, doing all that small stuff for you, free of charge. Any old lady from anywhere, from River G, Sign, wherever, if she can get there, she goes there. Nobody gonna ask her for 1 penny. But again, we need the help of we the Liberians. Thank you, God. We need the help of all of us. So I'm going out today to see if I can find somewhere of nice piece of land, and we can get it, start building our hospital there, our little clinic, so we can be able to accommodate our people who cannot go out there to pay 10 cents or $15 or whatever it is for treatment. You everything I go there? Yeah, I go there. So when people come home, we're supposed to go there, and so no, but some of us are afraid they come to take our job. Let's forget about that part 9:40. So I'm asking you once more to join me to say thanks. But before going further, they say, render to Caesar what is Caesar and unto God what is God. So we now want to render to those who have helped us. First, the president. We have been coming in this country for over 10 years. Have you ever seen us? No. But it's the president this time that said, I think these people are doing very well. And so he is accommodating them. He is accommodating us. So we want to say thanks 100 times to President Boyka. I'm not running campaign here, but I'm running to Caesar. What is Caesar? And another person we hope to say thanks to is Mama Kability, because she has been working with us all the way from the state up to now. And we want to say thanks, and a few other people who start calling you, we're not even here today. So we want to say thanks to those people. And we want to ask them to continue to work with us, continue to help us. Because without them, it will be very hard for us to move forward. So let's say thanks to them, and we need them. We pray, we say, God, thank them, help them, give them more peace to their air homes so that they can help us. With this, I say, thank you. I would like to think I'm tall enough, but I should stand on this thing too.
Yes, you may.
I'm quite tall in my mind. Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Goldie Simmons Sumpo, and I am the mental health lead for the Liberia Medical Mission. It's an honor to be here and to be able to serve our people. As it's already been stated, we've been doing this for over 10 years. I have been coming since 2013, and we're coming before you with many, many years of knowledge. For me, over 20 years of experience, and for Professor Wiley, Professor Wiley. So what you see here, we're here because we're passionate. We're going to be mindful of the time that's been spent. We're here because we're passionate about the people of Liberia, about our mental health and our mental well-being. We know that maybe some of you weren't born, but some of us were born during the war, and some of us are children of the war, and that a lot of things impact our mental health, and one of the critical things that impacts our mental health is war. And war doesn't just impact a person, it impacts families, it impacts community, and it impacts a nation. And here we are today, still reeling from the aftermath of what we've gone through. And you see it every single day when you come to Liberia and you talk to our people, whether it's through their agitation, whether it's through the way they look at you, whether it's through the way we communicate with one another. We all are carrying some level of trauma, and we are here to bring awareness to it. We're here to help and teach everyone how to notice when someone is struggling and how to help. You do not have to be to have a doctorate degree like myself, or some of the MD or PhD, but you certainly, all of us as a community, can help each other out. So what we do as a team
is bring common sense, easy to understand, a material and course and workshop and experiences for how to manage, how to promote our mental wellness, our behavioral wellness, and our overall health as a whole. So our team was in Grand Bassa in Buchanan for Tuesday and Wednesday, and we had the honor of serving over 50 individuals just there, police officers, DEA, individuals, fire and some firemen, some nurses, some students, some community representatives. But long story short, it's all about serving, and truly, truly is an honor to be here and to be able to serve our country. And I will turn that over to my colleague, Professor Wali.
Thank you, Dr. Simmons. Let me first say that she is an expert in mental health. I'm privileged to walk with her on Mother Earth, and we go around the world providing services. Since 1982, that's 42 years ago or more, I've been committed in leadership in providing public service to the public and private sector. It has been a privilege and honor to focus on mental wellness. I'm an expert in mental wellness. It is a privilege to work with the group that we had for the past 2 days. For me, and I can speak perhaps on behalf of my colleague, that we saw a cosmic of Liberia in that one room. What we're hoping to bring more and more solution to communities is not only community wellness, but we also want to demonstrate how to bring forth intergovernmental agency initiatives. Everyone has something to contribute, whether you're a small girl, an individual, a government agency from education, or government agency from human resources. Everyone has something to contribute in growing wellness communities. I focus on growing wellness communities as in yesterday and the day before, so we can co-create wellness systems. So if we are not making conscious efforts in bringing new ideas, deep listening, collaborative initiatives, then we're missing out on a great opportunity. So I'm going to close my comments at this particular time. What we're here, this is my fourth experience with the Liberia Medical Mission. Looking forward to reading more. But we need individuals like you, next door neighbors, siblings, teachers, community leaders, not just those in government. They cannot do this by themselves. That's why I advocate intergovernmental agency initiatives that include the private sector. So again, that's you. Get involved. We want to work with you. And again, we look forward to the next opportunity. Thank you.
Good afternoon to all. I am John A. of Kenya, President General of the Merge Federation of Motorcycles and Tricycles in Liberia. And I'm here with my energetic past president.
Hello. Looking for the press conference, you have to give your undivided attention. You're hearing some noise in the back there. This is how you don't pay attention to the things the speaker say, and then you're asking questions, you ask questions that don't relate to what it says.
Again, I'm John A.F. Kenya, and I'm the President General of the Embarks Federation of Motorcycles and Tricycles Unions of Liberia, the conglomeration of all unions within the Republic of Liberia. And I'm here with my energetic Vice President for Operations, Mr. Stephen W. Via Senior. Well, it is an opportunity, and I'm pleased to, for the first time, speak to the press, especially in this hall. And as such, we will not abuse this opportunity, but thereby provide information that the public will let to know about the motorcycle and tricycle sector. First of all, we'll give you some historicity of the motorcycle and tricycle sector during the past regime of Ellen and Embarks administration after the civil conflict. As one of their strategies to reduce poverty in our country, they decided to introduce this industry called the motorcycle and tricycle sector. And since then, some of us who were just high school graduates, 2009 to 2010, they decided to venture in motorcycling as a way of sustaining ourselves and our families. And so, from 2008 to 2015, we had about 8 existing unions in the country. So, there were a lot of confrontation. The motorcyclists and the tricyclists suffer in the hands of existing unions because every time they come in the street, you will see the ex-union. When you go to this other place, you see another union. You go this side, you see the first different unions. And so, somewhere around 2016, 2015, there was an incident in Peaceville that resulted to the death of one of our riders, Alfred Tano, which led the burning of the police station in Red at the time. And some of us, when the leaders at the time, Brother Sami, William Gray, they all decided to run away and not representing the motorcyclists. Because by the time the government were searching for the leaders to come and answer why. And so, having been the chair of Juboro at the time, and we decided to call our various chairman to see how best we can begin engaging national government, because from April 16, the government banned the motorcycle at the time from operating in Monrovia. And so, looking at the significance of riding motorcycle, we decided to write the national legislature to see how best we can go and appeal to the national government through the legislature to allow us to come back. So, April 30th, we appeared at the national legislature. Specifically, we met the Security, Veteran, Intelligence Affairs Committee, at the time headed by Steve Zago, Senator Steve Zago, and of course, at the time, former President George Weah was also a member of that committee, who was also a senator of Mosorado. Daniel Dete was a member. Madam Joao Taylor was a member. Dan Muraya. So there were 15 senators on that committee. And when we appeared, we decided to appeal to national government to consider motorcyclists and tricyclists to come back in the streets, and that we were going to make sure we go out and provide education to our people on how to respect the rule of law and be good citizens. And so from that time, somewhere around 2016, because of the advocacy, some of us were given opportunity, and we went to Ghana where we served as ECOWAS youth representative and talking to Ghanaians or citizens about peace. And so we succeeded. We came back 2018. We decided that there be a one union system to represent motorcyclists and tricyclists in Liberia. I know some of you are interested to know that. Some of you don't know some of this information. And so we went together. We called all of the leaders, and then all of the various unions. We met, and then we decided to set a working session. And so we decided, for one of our first engagement during the 2018, the police, Honorable Patrick Sulu, who was the police director. At the time, no bank was registered in Monrovia, and we decided to advocate. I was a PRO at the time, acting PRO. And we said bank should be allowed to come to town. We defended why. And so since then, bank being operating, December 15, 2018, we had our first election as a federation in the country. And I wish I emerged as a president from the Commercial Motorcycle Union. And so Amos T. Human was now elected, who came from Oslo as the vice president at the time. Samuel L. Grover from MICAT, he was the operation by then. And so we worked constructively. Sometime in 2022, it was on our watch for the very first time, wherein we promised, because one of our commitments was to ensure that cyclists pay taxes to government, wherein people will understand that we are not just running by a regulars. And so we wanted to ensure that our people follow every safety measure. And so we encourage our cyclists to pay taxes to government, and the past regime succeeded in that. All right? Sometime in 2023, we witnessed the formation of another association where we had a disagreement with some people when it comes to some political agreement that people wanted to go into. We said no, because we were representing our people. So we saw the establishment of an association. Sorry to say, my own vice president for operation now was now the president, acting president for that group. So after the elections, what we did, we decided to come together. We said, gentlemen, again, we were all together. If we are divided, how are we going to represent our cyclists? But we are all speaking in different tones. So we all agreed. We started to work. Some part of February of last year, we again affixed our signature to working together as one group. So during that time, I asked my colleagues, I said, gentlemen, I think what I will do, I will back up from the presidency and allow another president to become president. And so the leadership said no, but we knew acting on leadership. And so that's how we were able to do a power sharing, and we now have one leadership structure under the ban and merge Federation of Mozambique and Tricycle Unions of Liberia. Now, with the current situation, sometime last Wednesday we witnessed the death of one of our cyclists, one Emmanuel T. Pachico. According to the information, a tanker belonging to water and sewage as a result of brake failure hit Emmanuel and he lost his life. And so we received information that indeed, while in office, we received calls. There were aggrieved cyclists going around vandalizing police checkpoints and booths within the city. So the first thing we did, I decided to call my vice president and the VPA and other leaders. The RG will have our own security. So I called the RG. I said, you have to go in town. You have to attend to the situation and how we can put this under control. So we managed to work with the Liberia National Police to calm down the situation. Since then, what we witnessed, one thing I want to say here today, This country, if we as Liberians will not develop our minds to develop our nation, nobody can better do it for us. Nobody. So it was surprising to note when we had our press conference or press release, some people started attacking us that we are regime puppets and all kind of names they started to call us. And we went in one of the parties having press conference and saying that in fact they want to form part of those abuse brothers to stage a protest to cause instability. We do regret the death of our cyclists, but you know what? You know what surprised some of us, and we are so disappointed. Why are we supposed to be advocating for the death of our brother? And now asking the Liberian National Police, why should a deflected vehicle plow the street? Now we are going around begging and appealing to national security to allow our people to come by. We cannot raise our society. And also people will hate on some of us, but you know what? When you get to other countries, we praise Ghana, we praise Nigeria. Now Burkina Faso, everybody is praising Burkina Faso. Why is it that we Liberians cannot work together to ensure that there is peace in our country? And then we cry for investors. That's why I always say to my mother's office, take what you guys are listening. As a president, I will never and ever, with the leadership, support any protest in our country. We did not do it during the past regime. Under my watch, what we did, we said we're going to make sure Sacred pay taxes. This is how in our government institutions should contribute positively to the country. But rather, some of us, we will stage young people to go and protest. What shall it profit us? It will cause instability. What shall it profit us as a people? So what we want to say is that as a leadership, we want to call on our motorcyclists and tricyclists across the country. As we speak, before coming here, there was a meeting at the Youth and Sports Ministry where we are discussing with stakeholders, asking them to intervene to allow our cyclists to come back in the streets. And then after here, at 3 o'clock, we will be at the Liberian Senate. A few days ago, we were at the Liberian Senate. We met the chair on transport, on Sarah Joseph. And he also told us that he's going to invite the Liberian National Police and all of us on the round table to dialogue. I think constructive engagement in conflict mitigation is the best way forward. Not violence. Not violence. And so that's the reason why, as a conflict analyst, we strongly believe that the root cause is what we should be looking at. And looking at the root cause, the violence act that took our subject off the street is what we are looking at. So we are saying that what happened with the issue of the violence, we condemn it, and we do not want any politician to use this situation to give public relevance and give our country a bad image. You know what? Because they will say that the motorcyclists. Sometimes, a few months, a few years back, people were calling motorcyclists non-living. We were on various platforms creating awareness for our cyclists, for people to stop calling us non-living and so. You won't believe it. Because of the negativity, every educated person within the motorcycle sector is not being recognized. Simply because the only thing we are looking for, violence. Do you know how many educated people we have in the motorcycle and transport sector? With over 350,000 people that we control. We want every citizen, every Liberian to help us to become president and control motorcycle and transport sector is one of the heavy things to do. So we do not want people, politicians, if you want to help us. The reason why we are speaking this way because some of our guys were arrested to some 3. Generally, you can do your background investigation. They were in prison and were charged with rioting. They were charged with theft of property, aggravated assault. And those guys were now sent to a Pittsville Senate court. We went there to represent our people and with their families. Where were those politicians that carried our cyclists around? They were nowhere around. We were the one representing our cyclists, and we went through other processes to get insurance bond. We have to get insurance bond check to get those cyclists out. We do not want to reduce the sector to a violent sector. We want to be a positive contributor the society. Sometimes when we go some places and people say, sometimes we say it illegal, we just got ourselves. The way people discuss on, you think some of us are happy? I know some people here will want to hear the negative part. Only negative from me, but you will not get it. It will be disappointing to you because I love my country and we all have to contribute. And you know what? Some of our media platforms in our country, I don't know whether the only way we can gain popularity or give more followers, only negative things we preach out.